This video is brought to you by ncix.com. Great technology, selection, and service. Hello everyone, I'm Dmitry with Haraknux, and can a $200 smartphone off contract be actually any good in 2015? When we were first approached by ZTE to review this latest phone, the Grand X Plus, this is the first handset to be designed in Canada, that's an important distinction, we were honestly a little bit skeptical given the fairly scattered reputation that clouds ZTE smartphones. So we questioned the supposedly added credibility of this designed in Canada label to the actual quality of the smartphone based on their new research and development office in Ottawa. But despite initial doubts with the Grand X Plus, I must admit that so far I've been fairly impressed with what this has to offer for the price, especially since it's carrier unlocked. The display is 5 inches with 1280 by 720p resolution, nothing groundbreaking, but it is an IPS panel with outstanding viewing angles. There are no color shifting, excellent brightness range, and for the value smartphone, we think that's passable. Under the hood, we are running Snapdragon 400 quad-core chip at 1.2 GHz with Adreno 305 GPU, a disappointing limiting 8 GB of internal storage with 2 GB of RAM, LTE support, that's an awesome thing. It's got a beefy 2300 mAh battery, and these specs are pretty much identical to the Moto G from Motorola, a phone that was released at the end of 2013. So this designed in Canada for Canadians statement is a little bit washy because it's a spec clone from the Moto G, and the design element, I'm sorry to say, but it looks like the Nexus S, which is, dates all the way back to 2010. Now, this is not to say that ZTE's Canadian branch is on the wrong track, but it should serve as an incentive to be more innovative. And back to the Grand X Plus, the body is nothing special, it's a little chunky. Individuals who want that 5-inch form factor would be happy. This is definitely a phone for two-hand operation. Not sure how people would feel about capacitive buttons, but that's there with the really old looking icons, nicely done designers. The power button is on the right with perfect reach for your thumb and individual volume up and down on the other side that offers outstanding clicker registration. There's a micro USB at the bottom and a headphone jack up above. The rear shooter is 8 megapixels with a single tone flash and a 2 megapixel front facing cam. The pictures are fine for a $200 phone, but you better shoot in HDR to preserve color and dynamic range. But this would also test your patience, as the low-end specs really reveal the aging processing of every single shot. I love the small blinking LED in the top left corner to indicate unread activity with a green color, and a dying battery with the red LED. There's a tiny speaker at the bottom that actually is very loud, no missed calls on this one. Now, the one thing that I truly dislike about this phone is the plastic back. Luckily, it is removable to get you access to the 2300 mAh battery. There's your SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot for expandable storage, so that's a huge bonus for media, but the cover does not have any texture. The reflective nature reveals all the handling marks and any physical wear, but the main thing is how slippery the phone is. I've dropped it a few times. Because of it, you better put a case on it. I'm happy to say this is running very close to stock Android with KitKat 4.4.4. I installed the Google launcher here, and aside from the slow camera, everything is very snappy and loads fast. There's an occasional Google Now hiccup, but the experience is very close to my own Nexus 4. I was also very surprised to find no preloaded bloatware, only their own camera app with the built-in time-lapse feature that is really cool, plus 1080p video capture, and what you see now is recorded with the Grand X Plus. There's a built-in power save mode with the Grand X Plus that disables the data and Wi-Fi, reduces brightness and all the other things that are running in the background, and only powers on the essentials that would turn the last 10% of the battery into 4+ hours of additional runtime. Standard battery life lasted me a good day and a half without needing to recharge throughout those times, so that's very good to see. But it is when we get down to the nitty-gritty stuff, all the compromises surface, like the 8 GB of internal storage capacity that only equates to 4.5 GB of usable storage. System updates must come through ZTE, and who knows how frequent those are. Wi-Fi range on the Grand X Plus was very poor, the poorest out of my entire phone collection. In my bedroom, about 8 meters away, it would not pick up any Wi-Fi signal, whereas my Nexus 4, my BlackBerry Z10, and my iPhone 5S had at least 2 bars and had connection to Wi-Fi, no problem. Call quality, passable, satisfactory. I could hear the other person on the other line just fine. I actually had to reduce the volume a little bit, it's a little too harsh. They could hear me just fine through the microphone. Nothing to complain about, plus a huge bonus, built-in LTE. And overall, it is an attractive handset for $200 that plays all my games without hiccups. The display does not suck, and in fact, it's one of the strongest elements of the Grand X Plus. It is very close to stock Android, but with support for Google Launcher, that shouldn't really matter. For 2015, at this price, there's still many oh seriously moments, like the extremely slippery back that isn't very good for handling, and only 8 GB of capacity that translates to 4.5 GB of usable storage. That's pathetic. Might be a reason why the Design in Canada label is almost invisible and so tiny and muted, because there's clearly more work to do. I'm not saying the Grand X Plus is a bad smartphone, it's not, but it's not exciting either. Drop that price by 50 bucks and now we're talking. You're golden and super competitive. So guys, let us know which phone you're rocking at the moment, and if you are looking for budget options, exploring your value phones, does the Grand X Plus excite you in any way? And for us Canadians, does this Design in Canada label matter to you? Do you care that this was designed in Canada? Let us know in the comment below. As always, thank you so much for watching this review of the Grand X Plus from ZTE. Don't forget to subscribe for more similar content, give us a like if you found this review helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.